Hey guys, it's Claude here, and I want to give you a quick lesson on diminished chords. Alright, so a diminished chord sounds like this. It's got a very unique sound to it, and the more you play these, the more they're going to like jump out at you when you listen to a track, you listen to a song, you'll be like, oh, I've heard that before. That's a diminished chord. So I'm just going to give you a couple basic things. Some of this you may know, some of it you may not know. So basically, to form a diminished chord, you're going to stack minor thirds. So, you know, let's take an E flat. I'll go up a minor third like this, and then up another minor third, and that's how you build the chord. Right. So right off the bat, why is this useful? So in blues, a good chord is the diminished chord off of the flat 5. So if you're, you know, playing a typical turnaround, you can throw it in like, something like that, like, or 4 to your diminished. You could do a 2-5. Something like that, like root to the diminished flat 5 and then to the 5, or a 1-6-2-5, you know. There's so many different combinations, but that's a good one. Now, another thing you should know about diminished chords is there's only really 3 of them. So if I take this, if I move it up or down 3 frets, it's just an inversion. Same chord, so it just repeats everywhere. If you move it up just 1 fret, you'll get a different chord. All right. Now, another interesting thing about diminished chords is the relationship with the dominant chord. So if you take a diminished chord and you lower one of the notes, you'll get a dominant chord. Okay, so it works with every degree. It's kind of cool. So let's take this one. If I just lower the bottom note, I end up with a D7 chord. Let's see, if I go to the next string and I lower this note, I end up with like a G flat 7 chord. If I lower the note on the G string, I end up with a B7 chord. And then if I lower this one on the top, that ends up being an F7. Okay? So there's this cool relationship. I don't know all the practical value of that, but it's kind of cool. It's a cool way to move from, you know, if I'm playing something in B, let's say, you can always get like a cool harmonic movement. All right, now, here's a couple other things. Let's talk about like diminished arpeggios. First of all, if you don't want to memorize a lot of shapes, one easy shape you can always do if you want to throw in a diminished sound is just do this. So you just do your like kind of 3 frets apart minor third type of shape. And then just go to the next string, but just move up 1 fret. Now, when you go to the B string, you'll have 2 frets. All right. Now, when you're playing over like a dominant blues, like A7, you can throw in a diminished arpeggio starting on the flat 9, or in other words, starting 1 fret above the key. So if I'm in A, you know, what's 1 fret above A is B flat. So I could play this, because when you do that, you hit all the degrees of the dominant 7 except the root. So you would start here. There's my major third. There's my 5th degree, and there's my 7th degree. And sort of like conversely, if you take any of the degrees of that other than the root, like the third, and you start building a diminished triad, you're going to hit all those notes. So it's like I'm going up the dominant chord, except when I get to the root, it's going to be one higher than the root, or flat 9, you can call it. So if I'm playing an A, I can throw that in. Again, I can build off the 5th degree. Instead of, I can play, which is a good way to, you know, add a little bit of spice, a little bit of color to that, instead of just your boring. All right, and same thing with the 7th degree. Again, you'll hit all those tones, including the flat 9. All right, now, when you're playing in a minor blues, like A minor, you can go with your diminished chord, but now instead of off the flat 9, you just do it off the root. So you end up hitting your flat 5, and then your let's see. Yeah, you end up hitting your 6th degree. Major 6. So you have that really cool sound. So yeah. Again, it's a great way to get out of the normal pentatonic sound. Yeah, this is your flat 5 or your blue note, which a lot of times is a passing chord, a passing note. But then you hit that 6th degree and you get your full diminished. Oh. Okay, so those are some different ways to use diminished chords, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If I missed something important, like a really powerful way to use diminished chord, I'd appreciate it if you leave me a comment. If you got anything else valuable from this or anything else that I'm doing, leave me a comment. I love your comments, and we'll talk to you soon.